Hello, this is Miss Melinda, and welcome to Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. How are you guys doing out there? What day is this? I can never keep up with the days or nights. Is this a Tuesday? I think this is a Tuesday, isn't it Tuesday? They said Thursday's the 4th of July. It's pretty bad when you don't even... I'm older woman. I don't pay attention. I'm not going out to get drunk because it's the 4th of July. I'm not going to my Bensonville picnic for the 4th of July to get drunk, or going anywhere to get drunk for the 4th of July or any holiday. So I don't pay any attention to holidays, except when it comes to Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Easter, stuff like that, Yeah. Then that I like to think very much of. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new biology class. It's a basics biology class. Hello to all my subscribers, fans, and friends, and viewers. Viewers, hop along and come on up and subscribe. My show has really taken off again, just like the first time I started it. Because like a week ago, there was like a 2 to 2.5, 3 week period where like my subscriptions froze, my hits froze, and I didn't feel like anybody was giving any activity into my videos. But I have now 48 videos, or 47. I have to get that straight. Anyway, so I was real concerned, but then it hit me. I said, you know what? It's all going to the same region. Like there's like a geographical region. Like my tutor said, one of the countries seeing you is Germany. Well, every country should be seeing me, and now they probably are. Ever since I started thousands of posts, I'm posting out an advertisement about my whole YouTube channel, how I dress in hot diva clothes, and I teach, basic biology, law class trials, and I keep forgetting my third one. Biology, law class trials, and what's my main one? I can't think. Right now, for some reason, I cannot think. Okay, so it's good to see all my old subscribers and my new subscribers. And those of you who haven't seen me, watch this show. You'll enjoy it. And after this class, dip into a few other videos, just when you want, And if you're in the middle of a video and you get tired, then you just stop and you can come back to that video, right where it's at. But I'm shortening the videos. I started to get it up to an hour and 40 minutes, to 2 hours, and 2:10. Because somebody kept saying, go the longer ones. They're trying to tell them, I guess, like to get watch time. But nobody wants to sit that long straight through. I can't even. I will be watching my own videos a little at a time. That's what I do. I jump from one to the other throughout the day. And I watch some of me before I even start working on this class. I watch a lot of me, and I'll just jump around, watch a little segment, and watch another little segment. I'm recording right now, Louise, okay, just so you know. Okay, so, yeah, I jump around. I jump around to different videos. So welcome to all you new subscribers, and thank you, old subscribers, for staying loyal to me and supporting my show, Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. Okay, how about if we get started quickly for the class before I ramble away the people? Okay, so this is biology class. Oh, I didn't look to see which one. I don't know how many biology classes I have. Um, anyway, it will show up in order. Okay, so after this is uploaded, I want you guys to always, you can watch the first two uploaded. So the newest two uploads, because I've been doing two at a time uploads, like once a week. I know I should try to maybe do three. So I do two uploads. Watch the two brand new uploads, okay? They'll be, when you get into Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show, you have got to get out of home. If you're in home, I'm just splattered all over the place. You have to press video. You have to go into video, and then you will see this costume. This will be the first video you'll see, and then another costume that I need to upload. And then what I want you to do is, I am currently only teaching one class, biology class, for now. I switch, I do different things. I was doing a lot of, the solar system, galaxies, and black holes. I'm gonna go back to doing some of that, but I want everybody to stay focused on biology. But you can jump around to all 48 of my videos. Just 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there. See what I'm about. But I can be talking about one subject, and you could go into a video and say, "Well, I don't like that subject." Yeah, but you don't know what I'm gonna say when you leave. I'm manic, so I talk like 5 different subjects at a time. So you really need to check out each and every video. I amazingly was reading comments. I opened my comments to all my fans and students. It'd be nice if you'd let me know what classes you prefer and what classes you don't prefer. And I'll try to cater to the most. But my main class, no matter what, is always going to be law. There's so much for me to teach you with law. We'll be doing that the rest. I'm going to be teaching classes until I physically or mentally am no longer able. I love this. I got my own YouTube show. I always said I was going to write, film, produce, and star in my own show, and here I am. And I'm not just in front of the state of Illinois. I'm not just in front of the national country, our nation. I'm in front of the foreign countries around the world. And I do get people who write to me in Indian and stuff like that. I love it. But this one fan said today, I couldn't believe it. I believe him. I don't think he was making it up. He said that he watched every single one of my shows and that he loved it, enjoyed it, and learned a lot. Yeah, and learned a lot. And that made me feel really good. That was a good feel. All my comments from the get-go, in the beginning, it's all been real positive energy from everybody, men and women. All right, let's get class started. This is biology class. It's the last subject of the last video I made. So that video will get uploaded, and so will this video get uploaded together. So I'll be in another blue costume, but it's like a blue bustier. So that class is right before this one. But you can watch this first, but if you want to understand, I was just talking and I caught myself and realized if you didn't watch the last video first, then you're not going to know what I'm talking about now. So you could watch the second video to the left in the blue, no, not the blue satin dress, but a blue, like bustier, I call them. And then watch this. And then I want everybody, all my students and subscribers, go to Biology Class 1 and watch. I'll have them labeled. I'll have this labeled. I don't have it right now. I don't know what number class, but I will. It will be obviously, I will label it when I upload it. Okay, so I want you, after you watch these two first uploads, you can always watch the two newest uploads, because that's fun, and you know what we're doing at that time, see? But then I want you to go back to Biology Class 1, and I want you to watch it a few times. I keep watching mine over and over, and I don't stay all the way through. I skip around, I come back, but, you know, if you could watch, like, Biology 1, like 2 times at least, 3, and then go to Biology Class 2, and 3, and 4, and if we're at 5, I don't know, but just always, so my main class is Biology Class, and it has a bunch of videos, and then Trials has, oh yeah, I remember the other one, the judicial system. So biology, basic biology, the judicial system is actually first, then Trials is second, and then biology is my newest class, and I was teaching phonetics in the very beginning, yeah. But I got too heavy. With the phonetics, so I said, we're just going to take a break from linguistics, is my original class that we were going to do, and we will get back to it, and you will love it, but I'm going to teach it much easier. It was my first time filming, you know, and teaching a class where you could see and hear me. So, okay, so just watch biology and go to class 1, 2, 3. You have to read it backwards, like you were taught to read a book from left to right in grammar school. Well, I'm teaching you have to read my book from right to left, because that's the order that the classes are uploaded. And you won't understand it unless you listen to me and go to class 1 first. Okay, so biology class. This is the last part of yesterday's video I made. So I can't tell you the subject, I forget, but it had like a bunch of subjects. So I can't think of the main one. But that's why you have to go to actually the video next to me here. That's going to tell you about this video. That's all I can say. All right, moving on. So there's radioisotope dating. And it's like radio, like you play the radio, is, I-S. You can say so, but there's only one S. Radio is isotope dating. Radio is isotope dating. Okay. Radio isotope dating indicates that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Can you believe that? It's 4.5 billion years old. Well, in my white book, it says it's 5 billion years old. So it's somewhere in between, around there, probably. That's a long time, guys. So I'm going to be teaching you law classes until I can't teach no more. And I'll be teaching neurology and neuroterminology till I can't teach no more. And law classes. And, of course, solar system, galaxies, black holes, all that stuff. I'm going to be teaching all these classes. Right now we're focusing on biology. Okay, so radioisotope dating indicates that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. That's plenty old enough to allow for the many changes in Earth's possessive species due to biological evolution. Biological evolution. For those of you who are new fans and students, please subscribe. So it's saying biological evolution. So what I'm teaching you is Charles Darwin. He was the man, I think it was 18, it's in one of my first classes. You have to go to class 1. I can't keep reteaching my old classes. That's why you've got to go to class 1 of each subject I'm teaching and watch 2, 3, 4 like that. Because I can't keep repeating my old classes, especially like I got fan students that have been with me from the beginning. Yeah. So, Charles Darwin sailed a ship, something Beagle. I can't repeat myself, but I'm just going to tell you so you know what's going on, okay, for you new fans and students. He through studying birds, finch birds population, starting on an island, Galapagos Islands. Okay, he made all these discoveries, and in the end, to cut through the chase, Charles Darwin came up with the 2 most important biological theories in history. Charles Darwin, through great research in South America and in the ocean there by South America and on islands, he came up with the 2 most important biological theories in history. 1 is biological evolution. 2 is natural selection. Okay? And that's what you're going to be learning. But there's a lot more here. Okay. So, but you all got to go back to class 1. Everybody should go back to class 1 and I'm going to be doing it. I got to watch all my biology classes. I'll be watching them. I just dip in, for 20 minutes, and then I want to move to another class or go do something else and then come back. Just watch me as you want. But you got to watch them in order so you can learn it. Okay, so that the Earth, it indicates that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. That's plenty old enough to allow for the many changes in Earth's species due to, quote, biological evolution. It's one of Charles Darwin's most important theories. Okay, period. Isotopes are different forms of the atoms that make up matter on Earth. That's interesting. Isotopes is topes, T-O-P-E-S, are different forms of the atoms that make up matter on Earth. That's interesting. We got to memorize that. Okay, some isotopes called radioactive isotopes. I got to look that up. Radioactive isotopes discard particles over time and change into other elements. They change into other elements. Period. Scientists know the rate at which this, quote, radioactive decay is a new cliche for us, a new label for us to have to learn. I got to look it up, but maybe they'll tell us here what it means. But I'm going to look up these words, this class and last class, the words we might not know. All right, which this radioactive decay occurs. So they can take rocks and analyze the elements within them using the known rates of radioactive decay and the types of elements that were originally present in the rocks. Scientists can calculate. My head's getting cut off. There we go. Okay. Scientists can calculate how long the elements in a particular rock have been discarding particles. That's interesting. In other words, they can figure out the age of the rock, including rocks with fossils. That's fascinating. I went to a day camp one time with my grammar school, and they were taking us through the woods and showing us fossils and educating us with that. And that was back at grammar school. Yeah, that was fun. Well, just went for the day because it was only grammar school. Okay, so why so controversial? New label: evolution versus creationism. Why so controversial? Evolution versus creationism. Virtually all scientists today agree that biological evolution happens and that it explains many important observations about living things. But many non-scientists don't believe in biological evolution and are often violently opposed to it. Wow. They prefer to take the Bible's creation story literally. They prefer to take the Bible's creation story literally. These wildly differing viewpoints, quote unquote, viewpoints, have led to one of the great debates of all time, which is correct evolution or creationism. Which is correct, evolution or creationism? Creationism, question mark. Creationism is the idea that God created the world and all the life on it out of nothing. Now, in my show, I tell you in the very beginning, I do not discuss politics, religion, or abortion. But in this biology class, I have to present just what little things they're saying about God and religion. But they're telling you that we are teaching you in a way where you're going to read both, and then you can choose which way you believe. And then we're not going there, You can, if you have a church, you talk with them, If you need some kind of guidance with God, I don't do that, I do not discuss the facts I believe about God. I am teaching you what this biology book is doing. And they're not trying to convince you either way either. They're going to give you both ideas, and you pick one, or you stay undecided. You stay undecided. Maybe if you keep studying the Bible and start going up to church, you might change and get more into it. Okay, so biology class continued, and all the life on it, out of nothing. Most creationists believe that creation story that's told in Bible's book of Genesis. The idea of biological evolution has inspired so much controversy, that's why I don't just talk about it, over the years, in large part because many people think it contradicts the Christian view. It contradicts the Christian view, many people think. Have humanity's place in God's design. According to the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, no accidents occur in nature. Therefore, everything in nature is created for a purpose. A 17th century thinker, okay? This is a very short class, so I want you guys to be concentrating on what I am saying so you can learn my biology class. Don't space out on me. I quit making hour long and 2 hours. Well, 2 hours. I was averaging an hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours. One time I think 2:20. No, this is going to go fast. So let's keep moving along. So keep paying attention to me because we're not going to be here for an hour and a half or whatever. I'm going to try to finish this way before an hour. So let's keep going. William Paley, who I've never heard of before, Paley. William Paley built on this idea with his theory of intelligent design, beautiful designs don't beautiful designs don't arise by chance. Beautiful designs don't arise by chance. If a beautiful design exists, the designer must also exist. The designer must also exist. Good point. See? So whoever made all this must exist. Like, hey, God. But they're just throwing out your two options, that or the other one. We'll learn, whatever. So, if a beautiful design exists, the designer must also exist, period. At the root of the controversy about biological evolution then seems to be this question, if living things developed in all their wonderful complexity due to natural processes, and without the direct involvement of God, what does that do to man's place in the world? Is mankind not special to God? Is mankind not special to God? Well, first of all, some people have to decide if they believe in God. But they believe in God, and they're asking, is mankind important to God? Well, if you believe in God, of course you're important. Okay, but I don't teach religion. Okay, biology class continued. We only have a few more pages. If you have, this is a real short class, so pay attention. So when you go back to the video right before this, it'll get you prepared for this. And then go to class 1 biology. Okay, if you have strong religious beliefs and you think that accepting biological evolution as a fact would somehow make you less special to God, then it's easy to see how belief in biological evolution creates conflict, period. But biological evolution and religious faith necessarily in conflict. Many religious figures and scientists don't think so. In fact, many scientists have strong religious belief, and many religious leaders have come forward to say that they believe in biological evolution. Okay? We just got 9 pages and we're on 7. You think you could concentrate on what I'm saying? Okay, let's do that. Okay, so ultimately, each person's beliefs are under his or own control. But scientists stress the difference between beliefs or faith and science, period. Science is an attempt to explain the natural world based on observations made with the 5 senses, period. Scientific ideas or hypotheses must be testable, able to be proven false, by observation and experimentation. The existence of God isn't within the scientific realm. God is widely believed to be a supernatural being outside the workings of the natural world. Belief in the existence of God. Okay. Is therefore a matter of faith. But because intelligent design and creationism invoke the existence of a supernatural designer or creator, they're neither scientific ideas nor scientific theories and can't be tested or observed by scientific means, period. People who support intelligent design often support their arguments with observations of the natural world, but the explanations they propose for their observations aren't based in the natural world, nor do they conduct experiments of their ideas based in the natural world. Okay? Oh, let me put some more of my lipstick on. I feel like my bright dark red lipstick is off. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We got it. Okay. There. Now it looks pretty. Okay, we got it. My girlfriend had her own YouTube channel, and she always was putting on makeup right from the start. She'd show you without any makeup at all. Yeah. Okay. So we are on, I think, our last page. We are. Okay. So creationism and intelligent design don't follow the fundamental rules of science and can't be considered scientific ideas. It has a table 12.1, a picture, some kind of picture. I'll see next biology class if there's a table. I can show you the book, just to give you an idea. But it puts the scientific, okay, now listen, this is what I was telling you. So it introduced to you where you could think about God and believing in him without seeing him. It's called faith. Or you could choose to believe in this other fashion, scientific fashion, whatever, and they're leaving that up to you. So that's what I was telling you, and here is the end when they're doing that. Creationism and intelligent design don't follow the fundamental rules of science and can't be considered scientific ideas. This table puts the scientific and creationist arguments about biological evolution side by side, so you can compare them and come to your own conclusions about what you are, what you believe in. Okay, that's it, guys. So I got the whole class, and see, I make them a lot shorter. Can you guys talk real soft? I'm recording right now. Why do you sit right next to me? You should sit in the table over there. I'm filming live around the world right now. It would be nice. Well, at least I got the class done. Sorry about that, guys. At least I got the class done. Okay, so I want you guys to subscribe. Those of you who haven't subscribed yet, tomorrow or tonight or whatever, get on and you could jump around to all different classes. I got 48 videos, but the three main ones are the only ones that have a lot of classes. They're like the main, and then I'll teach those the rest of my life. And that's law, and right now the class is called trials, and it's got like 6, 7, 8 classes. So when you get time, I want you to start on law class 1, trials. Right now I'm just teaching for law. This class, I labeled it trials. I came up with it spontaneously. That's why it's called, my show's called Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. So the first class I was teaching was the judicial system. So you can watch the judicial system a little at a time, starting class 1 and go to the end. Just do a little at a time. That's what I do. If you're real smart, you can read fast and think fast, then you could breeze through maybe, my whole judicial system classes. I had a fan this morning say that he watched every single one of my videos. So I assume he's going to keep watching the rest. So I need activity in all 48 of my videos. If you guys want to support my show, I would appreciate it if you would give all my shows, 15, 20 minutes, and keep going back, because I talk about so many different things. And sometimes I might spontaneously talk about a life story, like I didn't plan it. But there's a few of them. If you go back, if you go to my silver sweater with the pearls on a collar, I spontaneously, I was talking about birds, and it threw me into a story about birds, my real life experience with birds just a couple of years ago out in my back parking lot. Yeah, and that silver gray sweater, I'm talking about birds, and all of a sudden it reminded me of this phenomenal story that happened to me. I don't know if you're old enough, you know Alfred Hitchcock, and Did You See the Birds? And the other one's Psycho. But if you're not old enough, you might not know the Birds ones. But they were attacking people and killing them in Alfred Hitchcock's movie. Well, go to my silver gray sweater with the pearls on it, and at the end it'll tell you about that. Go into my white cream colored jacket where I have the collar turned up like Elvis Presley, and I'm wearing Diva sunglasses. Go check that one out. I end up taking my coat off. Every time I wear a coat, it seems like people won't go in. Like, why won't you go in? Like I show, you can still even see my sexy low-cut tops if I'm wearing a jacket. And they won't go in there. It's like, well, what the hell? What's stopping you for? So now I said that, and a bunch of people started going in my white coat bundled up with the collar up high and the Diva sunglasses. Go in there. It goes a long time, though, so you might have to watch a little at a time. And go into, I started with phonetics and linguistics. So it's like at the very bottom. It got too much rhetoric. I would look up one rhetoric and there'd be 15 more rhetorics you have to look up and learn. And then there'd be another 10, and the phonetics got out of hand. So I said, I'm going to quit this for now because they're having a hard time following me. And, following me in the beginning of trials could be complicated throughout there. You just have to keep watching the classes over and over. I'm going to let you guys go, and please subscribe, hit my like button, and I will smile. See? Cheese. Cheese. Hit my like button and subscribe, and I will smile. Cheese. Cheese. Okay. I love you guys. Okay. Listen. Check out all my videos. All of them. Little at a time. But stick with the biology for right now mainly. But you can hop around. And while you're doing religiously my biology, you could still jump around to other videos. Okay? So check out Trials, the Judicial System, starting from class 1 and go in chronological order. You'll be reading them always backwards. So instead of reading a book from left to right, you're going to be reading my videos from right to left, because the newest gets uploaded the last. You see what I'm saying? So always go to class 1. So your main 3 classes I want you to really stick with for now is the, where's my head? Okay. The main 3 classes is, the first was the judicial system, the second was trials, and then we got sick of all that. So I said we're going to start a brand new class, refreshing class, biology. Yes, and I'm starting with Charles Darwin. But this book has a lot of good stuff. We're going to keep going, even when we're not going to go back to the beginning of a book. I've never been able to open a book from page 1 and read it to the end. I can't do that. So we will just keep going. When Charles Darwin runs out, we keep going. But he goes for... I will have to do a lot of my own research, though, because what I thought of... Okay, you haven't learned enough in just this one class. Like I don't have natural selection. Natural selection, not neutral. I think there's neutral selection, but it's natural selection and biological evolution is the two biggest biological theories in history. When I get a chance, it's not going to happen tomorrow. I've got a very busy day tomorrow, but I have to do all the research and see what the scientists have come up with, dating back from his two most important biological theories in history. Where did we go next in the early 1900s? Into uh, 19, 1909, 1920s, 30s, 1940s, 50s. What all is, updated, information relating to Charles Darwin's two basic theories, biological evolution and natural selection. Don't let the words scare you. You watch me long enough and you'll start to catch on. I love all you guys. I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to go get my Betty Bye and YouTube a good movie. Okay, I love all you guys. Come on back and let's party. Okay.